Well, childhood obesity is a national issue that is of major concern with healthcare professionals. Here in Oakland, a program has been developed that has shown encouraging results in lowering body mass in young children. With me this morning is Michelle Bunker-Alberts. She is a Highland Hospital family nurse practitioner and also a lactation consultant. And we have Dr. Robert Savo, who is Chief of Pediatrics at Highland Hospital. They have both gotten together and co-founded a program called Bite to Balance. And it's all about, we were just talking just a little bit ago, it's not necessarily about having kids reduce weight, but to be healthier. So let me ask you the question, how does one or the other differ from one another if we're not losing weight but we're being healthy?
Well, with right food choices, kids as they grow may still gain weight, as they should.
Okay.
So we look at body mass index, which is your weight relative to your height. Mm-hmm. But even more important is lifestyle change and what you choose to put on your plate and what you choose to eat.
So I would assume that in the past, standard lecturing, don't eat this, don't eat that, this is how you change, and it didn't necessarily work?
It's not that it doesn't work, it's just that what's more important in the program is the community building piece of what we're doing. Mm-hmm. So we're getting families that are all struggling with pediatric obesity together, and we're building community around that. And we're creating a program where they have access to the food, because a lot of our families live in places where it's more of a challenge for them to get fresh fruits and vegetables. They may not live close enough to be able to walk regularly to a full-service grocery, so they're ending up relying on corner groceries and places like that, who sometimes have fresh fruits and vegetables, but not always. And then when you're talking to families about making food choices, it makes a difference to have them come receive the information and education and community in the group, and then they go home with a bag. So our program gives them a bag.
So you're not just talking and lecturing, but you actually decide to kind of move the project along. Yep. On a coffee table, we do have a bag of groceries that you give out to a family. So this is enough to feed a family of 4. Mm-hmm. And we have, let's see, avocados, yams, oranges, apples, some parsley, kale, which is cilantro, kale, the new healthy food.
Yeah.
What do people do with this? Do they know how to use it, number one?
Part of the classes that we've been doing are actually about how to use the food. So, mm-hmm. for example, one of the providers in one of the groups says, "This is my Monster Green drink," and actually using products from the bag, we prepare food with the kids during the program, which has been really fun, a great way to engage them while we're educating them and also educating their parents at the same time.
Okay, so as a result of giving these bags to the families once a week?
They get them weekly. The program itself, when people sign up for the program, it runs for 6 months. Mm-hmm. So we have a group of 100 families going through the program. We just finished a group of 50, and we spread them into 2 groups. So we had a group of 25 one week and a group of 25 the next week. So the program itself runs for 12 weeks, but it's 6 weeks worth of sessions. Okay. And then at the end of that, they get 3 additional months of weekly bags. So essentially, we're measuring both the effect of the program, the face-to-face program and the community piece of it, as well as an additional 3 months of getting the weekly bag. And we just had a reunion yesterday where everybody just finished their 6 months, and we did a graduation and gave certificates, and we sent people for the lab.
So let me ask you what the result was after a 6-month program of families. How did having this bag of fresh fruits and vegetables influence their health? Doctor?
So we haven't looked at the results from the group yesterday yet, but in our small pilot, about 2/3 of the kids involved in the program were able to maintain or reduce their body mass index, so their weight relative to their height. And about 2/3 for a lot of blood indicators of obesity seem to also be the same or improving.
So you're checking their cholesterol?
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
Cholesterol,
liver function, markers for pre-diabetes and diabetes.
And so those are signs that you definitely want to look at, and they've improved a lot.
Yep.
Okay.
And I think more exciting in a way is just the, as Michelle mentioned, the community building, the fact that this group over this 6-month period of time got excited about the program, got excited about the lifestyle changes. You have kids actually yesterday, like, we gave out water bottles, so they're like really excited about their water bottles, grabbing an apple. So it's really a community change that we're.
It is a lifestyle change.
It is.
There are a lot of
that you're affecting.
And
exactly.
recognizing, I think, for the families yesterday, one of the take-home points was the families wanted to know, what's the weight difference? What's the, did they lose? And what we ended up talking about a lot yesterday was a lot of the changes you can't necessarily see, and talking about how they feel and the other kind of prevention pieces. But that's a big push to have everybody.
Well, because we're talking about kids from, you said, age 5 to the teens, right? So, yes, you want to be careful because they are growing.
Right.
And so you don't want to stunt that growth. So you're receiving grants to underwrite this program. You're about to embark on the next study, the next set, right? So are things going to change or you remain the same for now?
One of our hopes is that we can have a evidence for continuity and sustainability of a program like this, where actually the cost of fresh fruits and vegetables as any medicine or intervention is going to be worth it.
Right.
We can really assume in the long term, as pediatric obesity feeds into adult obesity, and the cost to us as a society, hypertension, diabetes, cardiovascular disease, that it's fun and it's upstream. So in the lifetime of these kids, if you affect a few, their medical costs over life period is going to be reduced.
Okay.
We have one family, for example, who every single person in the family has diabetes except the kid that's in the program.
Wow.
And they were so motivated to go through the program because he's looking at grandparents, parents, siblings, all dealing with the effects of diabetes. Super motivated to not do it.
Well, he's a shining example, and maybe the parents will follow through and follow that lead. We've run out of time, so thank you very much for sharing the information, and good luck to you in your next program. If people want to find out more information, you can go ahead and call Bite to Balance. This is a Bite to Balance program at Highland Hospital. Contact them at 510-437-4887, 437-4887.